This one SEO fix helped contribute largely to the recovery of this website by the core updates. Hi guys, this is Jackie from techjackie.com. In this video, I'll show you one of the fixes I implemented on this website to help recover it by the May core updates, as you can see right here. So just to give you a little bit of background before we get into what is this SEO fix that I did. This client came to me about 1.5 months ago, and she runs an e-commerce website. So there are, a lot of pages, at least 1,000 pages on the website. And as you can see here, the client website overall got hit by the May core updates. And then after I looked into the website, obviously I did other things as well, not just this SEO fix, but this SEO fix contributed largely to the recovery of this website. Now, I'm not going to get into detail other things I did for this website. And for your case, it might require more than a few things, and which is usually the case. If you get hit by any core updates, it usually requires you to do more than one fixes. So you want to make sure that you do some audit on your website and then see if you find this SEO issue on your website. So in this video, I'll go through 4 key points. First, we'll discuss what is this SEO mistake or SEO issues that actually caused the downfall of this website. And then we'll look into how to detect this. So you want to probably, try to find this mistake on your website and see, let's say you got hit by a core update, and do some audit on your website, and you want to know how to actually detect it. Then third, we'll get to how to fix. So once you found the problem, how to actually fix it properly. And then fourth, how to even prevent it from happening in the first place. So what is this SEO problems that got this site into trouble? That SEO problem is called keyword cannibalization. So it is called keyword cannibalization. And what is it actually, for those of you who don't know? Keyword cannibalization means when there are 2 or more pages on your website trying to compete for the same keywords. So let's say you have one of the main keywords on your website is web design X city. So let's say you target like New York, for example. So web design New York City is one of your main keywords. So generally speaking, when it comes to proper website structure, you would have a separate page for different main keywords or topic. So let's say you run a digital marketing agency website, then you have a bunch of service page. So you have your SEO page, you have your Google Ads page, and then you have your web design page right here that you target your main keyword, web design New York City or web design X city or whatever, right? So this is the general rule of thumb of how you want to set up a proper website structure. That is, each page will target one individual topic or keyword, main keyword actually. So, and then let's say you have another page on the website called WordPress, web design X city. So you have another page on the website, right, that you target another keyword. Let's say WordPress web design New York City. Now the problem here is, what I mean by keyword cannibalization is your main keyword, one of the main keyword, web design X city, which supposed only to be which suppose that this page supposed to only rank for that keyword. Now your WordPress web design page also ranks for that keyword as well. So now you have 2 pages on the same website trying to rank for the same keyword, that is web design New York City in this case. So this is what I mean by keyword cannibalizations. When you have more than one page on your website trying to compete or rank for the same keywords. So why is it a problem? Well, when you have more than one pages on your website, Google cannot actually decide which page it should give the best, SEO power to. You can think of it like that. So let's say web design, someone types in web design New York City, then now Google has 2 choices on your website, whether it should rank this page higher or it should rank this WordPress page higher. So this leads to the division of SEO, score, whatever you want to call it. And eventually, instead of helping you rank better, you ended up ranking worse for this keyword. And even in the worst case scenario, it could even cause this page from disappearing. Yes, nowadays keyword cannibalization doesn't only make you rank worse, because before, if let's say you come across this term about 3-4 years before, And if you face this issue, then generally speaking, you just rank worse. But nowadays, if Google finds that you have more than one pages trying to compete for the same or similar topic or keyword, some of the pages might even disappear, right? So you might start wondering, like, you have a page for it, but why you suddenly disappear from the keywords, and then other page starts ranking up for it. Well, this is the problem of keyword cannibalization. Okay, so this is what it is. Now let's see how we can detect it, right? So let's say you want to do audit for your own website, how you can actually find this problem on your website. Now the best way to find it is to use Google Search Console. Now, I can't show you or review you how to do it directly on this, dashboard, since it is a live dashboard here. Because if I show you, then it's gonna review the client's domain, the client website, which is has to be covered for the sake of privacy. But the easiest way to do it, first you want to go to Add Filter here and filter for the query, right? So you want to filter out the keywords that you think is having a problem. So let's say you have noticed yourself that the keyword web design New York City struggle to rank and then got hit by the core updates, right? Then what you want to do is you want to enter that keyword, right? And you want to go with the exact query. Okay, so you can put in something like web design New York, something like that, the exact word of that. And then once you filter only for that query or that keyword, then you want to go to the page section right here, right? So you click on the page, and then if you find that there are two pages, so let's say you have let's say your website is https and then domain.com then slash, you have the page A and then you have the page B, right? So when you filter out for that exact query or keyword, and then in the page report section, you find that there are more than one URL or pages showing up. And the key point here is these two pages also have very similar impressions, right? So let's say the impressions of this page is, let's say 2000, and the impressions of this page is like 1500, right? So you can see here the impressions are pretty close to each other. Now that is how you want to detect it. Now this is clearly telling you that there are two pages competing or actually showing up. As you can see, we are using impression here, which tells you what pages showed up for that exact query or keyword. Okay, but if it's the case that this is say 2000 and this, let's say 10, now that is a lot of difference. So this is not going to be a problem, right? So sometimes other pages do show up here and there for your other keywords. So you might think, okay, there's this and then there's this, and but then there are two pages showing up. Then you might think that, oh, okay, it is a keyword cannibalization problem, but actually it's not, right? So you have to look at the impression, making sure that they both are similar to each other. Okay, so this is how you want to detect it. This is the easiest way you want to detect it, and nothing beats this. Yes, there are some SEO audit tools out there that lets you try to find these, but in my experience, they don't really work too well compared to Search Console. Okay, so that's how you want to detect this keyword cannibalization. Third, let's see how you want to fix this. So let's say you have found this on your website, a bunch of pages actually is causing a problem. How you actually want to fix this keyword cannibalization issue? Well, there are a few things that you can do. First, you can um, you know you can redirect the page. So consolidating the page. So let's say you have this page A and this have your page B. Then what happens is you want to redirect, means you want to make this page go to this page, right? So you want to first pick out which is your main page, this or this. Once you figure it out, then you want to do the redirect, means you want to combine the page together. Ideally, you also want to maybe take some content from this page B and put on page A as well, right? So that will even give more semantics or more keywords to page A that Google thinks is relevant, and the reason why this page shows up, right? So let's say you have your web design page, and you have your WordPress web design page. Your web design page might not talk about WordPress web design. So what you want to do is when you redirect, you also want to take some content about WordPress web design and put in on this web design page as well. So this way you're making this page more powerful and you're actually combining the two pages together. So this is the first way you want to do it is you want to redirect the page. Now, second way is you want to actually delete the problematic page, right? So you could even, delete this page entirely as well. If let's say, this page doesn't really serve a lot of purpose, and let's say they don't really have any clicks and stuff like that. However, I don't really recommend this option because when the pages are actually showing up already with some impressions, that is like Google already kind of assigned some score, some SEO metric to the second page or the problematic page. So when the page already shows up, means it is already given some importance. So when you delete the page, you're actually deducting that power from your domain, right? So when it comes to SEO, it's not just about ranking each page, but the overall domain also has its own metric or aka domain authority. So when you delete the pages unnecessary and when the pages is already, getting some impressions, some clicks and stuff like that, then you're essentially removing that part of the score of your domain authority from your website. So you want to, double check this and see if you really want to delete the page. But in most cases, you want to just redirect the page, right? That's how you want to fix this problem. And that's what we did on this website. We redirected a bunch of pages. We did delete some few pages that aren't really getting a lot of impression and stuff like that. But then that's, depend entirely on your performance and on your business, point of view, right? So you know what it is, you know how to detect this keyword cannibalization, and you know how to fix it. How about how to even preventing it from the first place? Now, if you run a small, website like service-based website, generally speaking, keyword cannibalization isn't gonna be a problem for you. But if let's say you do local SEO, for example, you do some, service-based keywords and you have a lot of, location pages, then yes, that can become a problem. Or especially for a bigger type of website like e-commerce, for example, this can become a problem. So how you want to actually prevent this? The easiest way is you if you want to is you actually you want to make sure that Google, you know, treat the two keywords separately, like very separately. So let me give you an example here. So let's say we have a keyword web design Long Island, right, which is one of the suburbs or places in New York. And you have another keyword here, WordPress web design Long Island. So now before you create these two pages on your website, you want to make the searches for these two keywords first. And then what you want to see next is you want to see if they're at least about 40% of matching results. They don't have to rank the same position, but they just have to be similar positions. So let's take a look here. With the keyword web design Long Island, WordPress web design Long Island, the first ranking result is all face media right here. This is also the same thing. So that's the first matching result now. Okay, then we have second one is Benjamin Mark, and then let's see, we have Benjamin Mark here, as you can see right there, second matching result already. Third one, we have this Long Island webdesign.com. Do we have this one right here? We don't have them on the first page, but let's check on the second page. You can even go to second page and see if they say they're on the top right here, so it's similar to the first position. Okay, so they're not on the second page, so that's the that's the first non-matching result. We have Broven Media on this one. Do we have Broven Media on this one? Yes, we have. So that's the third matching result already. So already 30% matching, right? Let's look at one more. We have, Yelp, this same page right there. We have Yelp, this page. We have Launch Lizard right there. Do we have Launch Wizard right here? Let's check on the second page. Not there. Then we have Long Island Web Solutions. We have that right here, Long Island Web Solutions. Okay, so not right there. So at least we have about 4 results, right? As you can see right there. Oh yeah, there it is. So 5 now. So total about 5 results matching already. So about 50% results matching already. So this is, what does this tell you? It's telling you that these two keywords are treated very similarly in terms of meaning. And therefore, you should not want, you don't want to create 2 pages targeting these 2 keywords. So you ideally want to have only 1 page for web design, right? So you want to have 1 page for web design and can rank for both web design Long Island and WordPress web design Long Island. You don't want to create another page to target the second keyword. Otherwise, there's a big chance that it could become a keyword cannibalization issues. Okay, so this is how you want to prevent it from happening. But sometimes this, I mean, this solution of how of the prevention I'm giving you here is roughly about 95% accurate. Sometimes it might not be. So if you really think that they should be separated out, then you can try that and then see the feedback. If it ended up being a problem, then you can always redirect and combine the page. But otherwise, in most cases, you can just save your own time from creating a second page and then just prevent it from happening in the first place. So that's all for it, guys. This keyword cannibalization issue problem. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.